guys, I'm back again and I'm here to show you 3 new additions to my pen collection. These I have purchased. I purchased these a while ago, maybe about 2.5 months ago, and I haven't had time to actually show these pens. So get your tea out and come and join me to see what I have purchased. Okay, so we're going to start with this first pen, which I have been looking for a glass dip pen that is just a little different from some of the fine, thin ones that I have. And I found this one on Etsy. And I think I purchased this one. I think this one was 25 euros, something like that. But I love this beautiful pink, transparent pink with this kind of squiggly lines on it. I just think it looks so good. Let me just get some paper out. And I'm going to get a little bit of ink. So I have my Rose Tendresse ink from Herbin. And we're going to test this one out a little bit and see how it writes. Let's see, get a little bit in there like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, I need more. It's dripping, okay. Okay, it's having problems starting. Let's see if I can try now. It's having a lot of issues starting this one. Oh yeah, here we go. Oops. Okay. So it took a little bit to start, but it's writing really well. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't have a problem with that. Just to start was a little difficult, but it does the squiggly lines really well. And yeah, I mean, it's good. It's really good. So I'm really happy with that one. I've only used this one once, and it was fine. I wrote like a short note with it that I had to send to someone, and it wrote really, really well. So I didn't have as much trouble starting it, but I'm not mad at this one. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. So no complaints from me about that one. Okay, and then they gave me this ink that went with it, but it's in this tiny, tiny bottle. And I don't really know what color it is. It's some kind of pinky red color. Eventually, when I can kind of figure out how to suck this out of here to try it out, I will, but for the moment, it's not happening. All right. Now, the next one is this one right here, which was also purchased on Etsy. Now, this one is particular because it's a glass tip pen, and it has the point like a calligraphy nib. It's quite thick. But when I did try to write with it, it was kind of interesting. So it's a beautiful swirly black and white on the handle with a red tip, which you can clearly see it is not a point. It is like a calligraphy. So we're going to see if this is going to work. I tried it when I bought it, and I felt like it works, but you have to really hold it in a particular way. Wow, look at that. Now you have to dip a lot with this one because uh the ink goes quite quickly. I think this would be great like if you're doing like addressing envelopes, or with names or something like that. I feel like this one is particular for that. I think this is really cool though, how it has this thickness and it can be also thin at the same time. So this as well I really like this particular pen. I think it's interesting. So this one was a lot more expensive. I think it was like 50 euros or something like that. 50 or 60 euros, I can't remember. It was expensive though, and I don't mind because it's something that's very particular. You cannot find this everywhere. I looked in a lot of places to find this particular pen, and I could not find it. I found it finally on Etsy, and I ordered it from somebody who lives in Spain. So that's all of that. Now, let's go on to put this on the side. Our next pen. This is an Opus 88, as you can see. This is my first Opus 88. I have not written with this one. So you have like the little thing here. So the Opus 88 is particular because you have this dropper. So you put the ink in the dropper, and then you have to unscrew your Opus. And then you unscrew the back, and you have to drop the ink. So you see, you unscrew like this, and you drop the ink inside of the pen while it's upside down. Then you screw it back on, and then you can write with it. But the back of the pen, I'm going to show you here. So there's the dropper. I don't like this packaging. I think this packaging is like super cheap and super weird. But anyway, so this is the pen. This is the Opus 88. Now, there are a lot of different types of Opus 88s, but I saw this one on Stilo Stile, which is it's an Italian website that sells fountain pens and notebooks and all kinds of things. And I saw this one. I immediately liked it. I thought it was really interesting looking, really different. And I got it with a bold nib. You can see it's got a big old B on there. I think you can probably see it. It's got a bold nib. It's pretty huge looking nib. But when you hold this pen, it feels really... Okay, now, you can cap it if you want, but I wouldn't cap it for my taste. I would just write like this, but it's very comfortable. It's light, but at the same time, it's not too light. I feel like it really feels like it holds up in your hand. So you have, the thing with this pen is you have this part right here in the back that turns, and then you have this part here that turns. So let's see if I can get it open here. All right, so you see, I don't know if you can actually see in there, but there's like a little thing there. And you put the ink in, and it goes up and around this thing in the middle. This is the part of the pen where it allows you to pull ink away from your nib or bring more ink to the nib. So you fill it up. I think you're not supposed to fill it up too much. So like maybe just above the rim or something like that. And then you put this back on like this. It's nice because there is a window here so you can see how much ink you really have going on in there. And then here in the back, you have another thing that twist. It's really hard for me. Oh, there it is. I got it. And this twist to allow a certain amount of ink to go to the nib. And you do that through undoing this a little bit. If you don't want that and you just want it to be like it normally is, and you can just screw it back like that. So this is good. It's an interesting pen. I've never owned one like this before, but I'm very happy with it. I think it's a beautiful pen. It looks really cool and it feels great in my hand, because I usually like pens that are quite big, and I like, you know, bold nibs, and, you know, I've even gotten double broad nibs, and I love stub 1.1s. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun writing with this pen. So I don't know. Yeah, we're going to see how this works. I'm going to try to fill this with ink, but I don't want to put this in there. I think I want to put another one in. I think I'm going to try this ink right here, which is the Metropolitan by Herbin. It's this really particular green. It's kind of like a, I don't know what you call that, like a, sort of like a green that reminds us of, you know, Al Nouveau or something like that. So this is the one. I'm going to see if I can make this work. So I'm going to unscrew like that. Yeah, put it like this. I'm going to take my dropper. Oh, I love that green. It's gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to get a little bit of ink here. And I'm going to drop it in. Oh, I can see it going around. I have to be careful not to put too much. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, now I'm going to have to put this here. And I'm going to close this off like this. Okay, now it's going to go down into the pen a little bit like this, but first I'm going to close this off. I love this green. It's so pretty. So I'm going to see if it's going to be ready to write right away, or if I need to kind of unplug it a little bit so that it writes a bit more. Okay. Okay, so I'm clearing that out. Go like this. And let me just see if it's going to be writing, or if I need it to open up a bit more. So I'm going to unscrew it just a little bit. Let's see if that works. Let's see, I might need to do it a little bit more. Okay, let's see if that works. Wow, look at that color. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I'm going to leave it down a little bit so that it can kind of go all the way through, because it just seems like it's struggling to go through. But I really like this green. It's pretty electric, kind of the way it looks, which I think is kind of cool. I may have not put enough ink in there either, because I didn't want to fill it all the way up to the top, because sometimes if you do that, if you fill it all the way up to the top, there we go. Okay. It works really well now. It's a beautiful color. This Metropolitan green, it's called Metropolitan by Herbin. And these are the signs from the French Metro, the Art Deco signs. So there you have it. I'm happy with this one. It seems to work really well. I can't say that I have any complaints. It writes really, it's really smooth. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And you can see in the window, look at how beautiful the green is. It looks so rich in the window. It almost matches the back of the pen, actually. It's kind of cool. So yeah, so that's it. That's all I have to show you today from the new pens in my collection. Yeah, let me know if you have an Opus 88, and if you do, which one do you have? I'm not sure of the exact name of this one. It's just called Opus 88, but I think it might have another name to distinguish it from the other Opus 88 pens, because there are a lot of different ones, Opus 88. So let me know what you think of the Opus 88, what you think of my glass tip pens, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Bye.